Back to my channel. So today I have a tutorial for you guys that was highly requested. I actually wore this look on Valentine's Day, and even though Valentine's Day has passed, I really don't care because you all like the look so much, and you all wanted for me to do a tutorial for you guys, so I figured, yeah, why not? And this is using the new Kylie Cosmetics Kylie's Diary palette. Not gonna lie, when I received it in the mail and opened it, I was like, why did I order this? Because it's really not something that I normally lean towards. But I was also very curious to finally try some of her shadows. I had never bought any of her palettes before. Also, this one came with blushes. I just feel like this was a better bundle price deal. And yeah, so now you get to see me demo them and tell me what you think. If you guys have ordered this palette, let me know, or any of her palettes, let me know what you think about her palettes down below, because I know there's a lot of mixed reviews out there. So far, so good for me. I don't seem to have any problems with blendability or, color payoff, irritation on the eyes, nothing like that. I know people have commented on the scent of them, and they do have a scent. I thought maybe it was the paint on the packaging, but it does have a little scent, and people are saying it's the preservative and that's causing headaches and stuff like that. Me personally, it's on my eyes, so I can't smell it, nor can I smell the blush on my cheeks. So I'm not really having any problems with that, but if that does concern you, just a little heads up. But anyway, enough babbling, let's move on to this tutorial.
So to start off this look, I'm going to be priming my face using the NYX Born to Glow Illuminating Primer. I get asked on Instagram a lot why I use this, and this is basically to add a glow from within underneath my foundation, especially since today we're going to be using a very matte foundation. This adds a little bit of extra hydration and has a little bit of a nice pearlescent sheen to it. I am using the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation. I am in the shade Ivory. My only complaint with this foundation is the applicator itself. It tends to get really messy because you have to take the little stick out and then apply it to your face. If it was a pump, it'd be great. But other than that, the foundation itself is really good and I really love it. It is very full coverage. It is very matte, and as you can tell, it covers pretty much everything. The foundation is slightly darker than my skin color right now, but for the most part, it blends in once we highlight and everything. I'm using a beauty blender to kind of just help make it a little bit more friendly to my skin, kind of shear it out ever so slightly, and to not have it be super drying. For concealer, I'm using my favorite, my bae. This is the Milani Retouch and Erase concealer. I am in the shade Fair, which is the lightest shade they have to offer. It really doesn't give that big of a contrast compared to this foundation shade, but it's alright. We're still gonna work with it. I personally just love the way it conceals my under eyes. It doesn't crease, and we're also going to be blending this out with our beauty blender. I'm going to go over my eyelids with this. It'll act as our eyeshadow primer as well. I have super red eyelids, so I definitely need something to help kind of cover those up. For baking, I'm using my RCMA No Color Powder and baking underneath my eyes, my smile lines, chin, and lines on my forehead only. Now we have brows on, which I didn't do on camera. I have a full brow tutorial already up on my channel. Whatever's left of the baking on my face, we're just going to take a large Luxie powder brush to blend this away and to kind of just let whatever's left set the rest of our face lightly. I'm then going to be using my Pixi and Myriam. I can't say her last name, but I definitely will list it down below. It's the two palettes that she came out with. It's a bronzer and it has a little bit of shimmer in it. I'm using this to warm up my cheeks. Using bronzer with shimmer is something that I'm doing that's new. I typically don't tend to do that. I always go for matte bronzers, but lately I've just been really digging it. So we're going to use that. I'm using a Real Techniques brush to do this, and we're also going to be warming up around our hairline on our forehead, and of course I love to touch the tip of my nose and chin as well. We're going to be using the darker shade in that palette to contour with the Morphe MB30 brush for the nose, and a small little dome round brush to contour the lips slightly, just putting some of that bronzer on our lip line. I'm then going to be taking the Anastasia Moonchild Glow Kit, the shade Pink Heart, and highlighting my Cupid's bow down the bridge of my nose. I've been getting asked how I contour and highlight my nose. This is how I do it. I also cleaned up the edges of my contour with some of that powder, as well as underneath my jaw, underneath my cheekbone as well. I'm then taking a Bobbi Brown eye blender brush to use that pink heart shade from the Anastasia kit to highlight my cheekbones. I love this shade. It's my favorite shade from that whole kit. Moving on to the Kylie palette, I'm taking a mixture of the two blushes. I'm using a Marc Jacobs blush brush, and I'm taking the coral one first on the apples and then using the pinky one on the back part of my cheek, so it kind of has an ombre effect. For the lipstick, I did order her mini lippies from the Valentine's collection. This is actually the shade Posi K, so wait a minute, is it? Let me double check that really quick. Okay, yes it is. It is Posi K. I don't know why it looks so much darker here, but anyway. So I am using this all over my lips. Now moving on to the eyes. So we're gonna go with this first shade here. This is the shade Be Mine, and I'm also using it on a Kylie blending brush. We are gonna be just building this in our crease from the outer corner to the inner corner up into the desired intensity. I wanted it super intense, so I went in quite a few times to build it up to a really nice bright color. We are then going to be taking the color Loves Me Not and just applying this on the outer V, and with whatever excess we have, pushing it into the crease. Then to add a bit of coolness, we're going to be going in with the color Heart Eyes, which is a really interesting color, but once layered on top of the crease like this, it was really, really cool. And I'm taking a little bit of some glitter adhesive. I know we're not using glitter, but this really does help make the lid tacky and make this metallic shade that we're gonna use really, really pop. So on a flat brush from the Kylie brush collection as well, I'm gonna be just patting this down on the beginning part of my lid and then picking up the color Make Me Blush. Is it Make Me Blush? I think so. I'm kind of confused on the names here. And we're just gonna be pressing that over on top. And then we're going to be smoking out the bottom lash line with the two shades that we used in our crease. And I did add my wing liner and mascara off camera just because it was easier for me. I couldn't do it on camera today. And for the inner waterline, it's something a little different from the original look. I'm using the NYX Faux White Liner in Baby Powder. That is the completed look for the eye. The lashes are Roya from Lilly Lashes, and we're just setting off with the Milani setting spray, which I've been loving lately. This is the completed look. I personally love the way this look came out. I actually really love this palette. I hope you guys do too. Let me know what you think of the look down below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. I love you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.